The world will sink America again. Veteran investor Ray Dalio warns of debt crisis, Trump adds trouble. Hello, friends. The global economic recession of 2008 is still fresh in the minds of the people of the world. At that time, the US debt crisis shook the world economy. Millions of people lost their jobs, billions of dollars were lost, and the world stock markets crashed. Now, once again, the same situation is emerging in America. Bridgewater Associates Chief Investment Officer, CIO, Ray Dalio has warned that America's growing debt may not only affect its own economy, but the entire global economy. Dalio has made it clear that the US will have to sell a large amount of debt, but there are not enough buyers to buy it. He termed this situation as serious economic crisis. But this time, the situation may be more serious than 2008. The reason for this is that this time, Trump's economic policies are making this situation worse. Global trade is already under stress due to Trump's tariff war and protectionist policies. If America's debt crisis worsens, its impact will be seen in India, China, Europe, and the whole world. Today, we will discuss this topic in depth. But before that, if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you will be the first to get our new video updates. So let's start today's discussion without any delay. Ray Dalio's warning comes at a time when the US economy is already struggling with many problems. The value of the US dollar continues to fall. US budget deficit has reached its highest level. By the end of the year 2024, the US national deficit has reached 7.2%, which is a very dangerous situation in relation to its GDP. Ray Dalio has clearly said that if America does not bring this deficit to 3%, it will be difficult to handle it in the future. The US has also recently raised its debt ceiling. The US Federal Reserve has increased interest rates to control inflation. But this is having a double impact on the US economy. On the one hand, the inflation rate is increasing. On the other hand, the funding cost of the companies is also increasing. Due to this, the profits of the companies are decreasing, and there is a situation of job cuts. In addition, the US Federal Reserve has recently raised interest rates to 5.25%, the highest in the last 20 years. This has made borrowing expensive. The US government is now paying more interest on its debt than ever before. Ray Dalio has dubbed it the death circle. He says that America is having to take more loans to pay off its debt. Due to this, the US budget deficit is increasing more and more. If America is not able to get out of this situation, then this crisis can be bigger than the crisis of 2008. Dalio has also warned about the solution to this crisis. He said that America has only three ways to get out of this situation. The first way is for America to restructure its debt, that is, make a new debt payment plan. Another way is that the US pressured other countries to buy their debt. The third way is that the US stops the debt payment of some countries. But in these three situations, there will be a bad impact on the global economy. If the US is unable to pay its debt, it will lead to a loss of confidence in the international financial market. This may cause the value of the dollar to fall. If the dollar weakens, it will also affect the exports of countries like India and China. Furthermore, Ray Dalio cites history and says that such a situation arose in Germany in the 1930s. At that time, Germany had increased import duty to deal with the debt crisis. This led to a decline in global trade and increased inflation. The same situation is happening in America now. Donald Trump has recently imposed heavy tariffs on goods imported from China. In addition, Trump has imposed heavy tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from Europe and Canada. Due to this, The cost of US imports has increased and the profits of companies are decreasing. Dalio has made it clear that if the US debt crisis worsens, it will affect global business. If the US defaults on its debt, the value of the dollar will fall. This will cause economic shock to other developing countries, including India. Apart from this, if there is a recession in the US, it will also affect the exports of China and Europe. Ray Dalio said that to avoid this situation, the US must immediately control its budget deficit and change global trade policies. Ray Dalio has said that Trump's economic policies are the main reason for this crisis. He has said that Trump has put America in a kind of economic isolation. Trump has not only waged a tariff war with China, but has also increased trade tensions with Europe, Canada, and Mexico. This is affecting the global supply chain. The production cost of the companies is increasing, and this is also increasing the inflation. In addition, Dalio warned that if the US does not take immediate measures to deal with this crisis, it will affect the whole world. He said that this crisis could be bigger than the crisis of 2008. In 2008, only the financial sector was affected, but this time, the impact of the crisis will be on the entire global economy. This will also affect the growth rate of emerging markets like India and China. India's IT sector and exports will also be affected by this crisis. Dalio's warning cannot be taken lightly. He also accurately predicted the crisis of 2008. His warning was ignored at that time, and later, the world had to pay a heavy price for it. If America's debt crisis worsens, then it can lead to a heavy fall in the Indian stock market as well. The Indian rupee may weaken, and this may increase inflation. It will also affect India's foreign currency reserves. This crisis in America is a warning for the global economy. Ray Dalio has clearly said that if America does not take concrete steps to deal with this crisis immediately, then in the next 2 to 3 years, the world may have to face a bigger financial crisis than 2008. The question is whether America will be able to get out of this situation, or will the world once again face economic recession? Only time will tell, but at the moment, the US debt crisis is signaling a major threat to the world. If you like our content and want to make our efforts even stronger, you can support us through the QR code given in the video or the UPI ID given in the description. Your every small contribution is valuable to us and will inspire us to make even better and informative videos. Your support is our strength. Also, if this video taught you something new or you felt that this information should reach others as well, then do not forget to like and share the video. If you have any questions or suggestions in mind, then do let us know in the comments. We look forward to answering your every question and listening to suggestions. And yes, if you want to stay updated with our every new video in the future, then subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you get every new information first. GRT Business always strives to give you accurate and reliable information. Our news is obtained from various news agencies, public opinion, and public sources. We try our best to verify every report, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our sole aim is to provide you with accurate and reliable information.